Hey there, how you doing? Tony Porter, Cross and Dice TV, 1976. Yankees at White Sox. Seth Figueroa versus Terry Forster. And for the Yankees, it's going to be Rivers in center field, White, the left fielder, Munson, the DH, Chambliss cleanup at first base, Nettles, the third baseman, batting fifth, Bernhardt, the right fielder, Healy, the catcher, seventh, eighth is Alomar, second baseman, and Fred Stanley at shortstop for the White Sox. Scar in center field, Spencer at first base, Orta left fielder, Kelly in DH. Fifth is Bell, the third baseman, Nordhagen, the right fielder. Seventh is Dent, the shortstop. Eighth is Brohammer at second base, and Essien, the catcher, batting ninth. And let's quickly take a peek. Chicago's 45-41, second in the AL West. And the Yankees are 64-22, first in the AL East. Play ball. Now, it is Fall Classic Baseball. You're rolling 2d6 and a d20. And it's Mickey Rivers. Mickey Rivers batting 349. And he is going to get a -3 on that. That's going to be a fly ball 7 to center field. It's basically a home run off the pitcher, 1-7 -3 on Rivers, so it becomes a 1-4 on the pitcher card. And it's an 18, so it's going to be an out. It's way above the 4 that he needed, 1-4. It's a fly out to center field for the first out. Next up is, let's make some space for this. Next up is Roy White, switch hitter, batting from the right side. That's a 53. That's going to be a range check on the shortstop, Dent, and I'm pretty sure he'll get to that. Then, I didn't pull up the Chicago chart. There it is. The White Sox chart is a 7, so that gets by Dent. Not a good range rating for Bucky Dent. So White is on with a single, range single. Thurman Munson, 23, and that will be an out, a 3 out. And he's batting righty, so that's going to go to third base, and a strong arm third baseman will turn a double play. Bell is a weak arm third baseman, so that's going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And Munson is on. That's 2 outs, and here comes Chris Chambliss. Chambliss batting 282, 11 home runs. Here's a pitch, and a 26 against a righty. It's a single, otherwise it's a line out to the shortstop to end the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. We move to bottom of the first. Yankees 0, and the White Sox coming to bat. It's Ralph Garr against Ed Figueroa. Let's see how Ed Figueroa is doing. Figueroa is 8-7 with a 3.79 ERA, and that's going to be a 62. We're going to call it. That'll be a fly ball center field. Mickey Rivers is there for the first out. Jim Spencer's next. And a 14 will be a pop-up. And that's going to be a 4, second base. Takes it. Alomar calls for it. 2-0. And Orta with a 12. And that'll be a ground ball to first base. Chambliss. And that retires the side. Easy inning for Figueroa. 3 up and 3 down. Greg Nettles leading off. Nettles top of the second, and it's Nettles. He's batting 229 with 19 home runs. It's a 63, and that'll be a strikeout. Nettles swings and misses at a high fastball, 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Terry Forster. And it's a 44, Bernhardt. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Picked up by Dent. 2 out. And here's Brandon Healy. Healy batting .229. 53, that's going to be a range play and probably a hit. Center fielder Gar, and it drops in for a single. Gar does not get to that ball, drops in front of him. And Healy's on with a single. Here's Alomar. And that's a 22, which will be a ball 4. And he walks. So a 2-out single and then a 2-out walk puts runners on first and second for the Yanks. And up comes a light hitting Fred Stanley batting .250. And the 64 will be a ground ball to short for the force at second. That retires the side. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. Actually 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. Pat Kelly leading off. That's a 33, and that's going to be ball 4. And he's going to take off, try to steal second, and he is safe with a stolen base. So a walk and a stolen base to Pat Kelly. And the White Sox have a runner at second now in scoring position. Here's Kevin Bell, the pitch from Figueroa. That's going to be a 56, which will be strike 3 on the curve. Figueroa with Uncle Charlie striking out Kevin Bell, and now it's Wayne Nordhagen. Pitch, and that's a 55. That's going to be ripped. Oh no, that's ball 4. That was ripped foul, and the next pitch is outside, and that's ball 4. So we got runners on first and second. Here comes Bucky Dent to bang .244 in the replay. And that's going to be a 44. That's going to be a line for a base hit single. Let's see if they'll score Kelly. And I believe it will score Kelly. Kelly should be, yep, he will come around to score. And Nordhagen will hold at second base, single RBI. And the White Sox have taken the lead. Jack Brohammer, left-hander. Ed Figueroa with the pitch at 31. There's going to be a base hit up the middle. And a runner on second. W, right fielder arm is Bernhardt. Let's see Bernhardt's arm out there. He is a W arm, and that will score. That hit will score. Nordhagen. Going to third will be Dent. 2-0. White Sox. So Brohammer with a ground ball. It gets through into the outfield for a RBI single. First and third, halfway for the Yanks. Here's Essien. And a 26 against the lefty. It's a single. Otherwise, it's a 6. So first and third with a 6, and that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Yanks turn a big double play to get out of that inning. Only 2 runs come in. They limit it to 2 runs come in. I don't want to say only. 2 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks. 6-4-3. It goes to Stanley, to Alomar, to Chambliss. We go to top of the third. Mickey Rivers leading it off. He flied out to center. In the first, he's 0 for 1. Pitch from Forster, and it's a 34, which will be bounced up the middle, and that's through. Rivers always a threat to steal. He's on with a single. White. And a 34. That's another base hit. Let's see if we can get Rivers to third. No, he'll stop at second. First and second for the Yanks. Back-to-back singles. White and Rivers. So 2 on, nobody out. Here's Thurman Munson. Pitch. Yeah, it's a 14, and that's going to be a ground ball second. That's Brohammer to Dent. Over to Spencer, 4-6-3, double play. Going to third is Rivers. And Chambliss now with a runner on third. And that's a 55, which will be a 16, and that's going to be a single, scoring Rivers. RBI single for Chambliss. He's on at first. 2-out single, Chris Chambliss. Makes the score 2-1. Greg Nettles up now. He struck out in the second. Here's the pitch from Forster. Snake eyes. And that will be a fly ball, center field. Gar. So 1 run on 3 hits, and it's 2-1. Go to the bottom of the third. Essien. Actually, I should have Gar. Gar is batting. Essien made the last out. Figueroa sets, checks Healy, and he deals 25, and that's going to be a fly ball, center field. Rivers, a couple steps back, and makes the catch. Playing Gar very shallow, and it's a 53, and that it will be a strikeout. Spencer swings and misses at a fastball from Figueroa, 2 out. And here's Orta, who's 0 for 1 with a 44, and that's line base hit to right. And there he goes, and he will be safe. And there may be an error on Healy. No error on Healy. So a single and a stolen base for Orta. And it's Pat Kelly who walked and stole base, and that's a 16, which will be a ground ball to first. Chambliss steps on the bag, and that retires the side. So no runs, a hit, and 1 left. We go to Bernhardt in the top of the 4th inning. Yankees trail 2-1. That's a 14. And that'll be a ground ball to short for the first out. Easy play by Dent. Scoops it and fires a strike to Spencer. Fran Healy, who singled. And he will hit one right back to the mound. Forster makes the play to first. 2 out. And here's Alomar. Alomar with a 62, and that is a ground ball to shortstop. Dent, 3 up and 3 down. Easy inning for Terry Forster. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bell, Nordhagen, and Dent. Bell struck out. Figueroa with the pitch at 12, and that'll be a fly ball left field. Roy White, he's under it. Squeeze it for out number 1 here in the 4th. It's 2-1. White Sox. Nordhagen next with a 45. And it's a fly ball. This one is cracked to center. Rivers comes over, and 2 out. And here's Dent, Bucky Dent, who singled, an RBI single in the last inning. That's a 44, and that's line base hit to left. Played on the hop by White. Dent is on at first. And here's Jack Brohammer. He singled as well. Drove in a run, and a 24 here will be a hit by pitch. -2 it will be. He gets plunked. So that puts 2 runners on here with 2 out. First and second now. And here's Essien. Essien into a double play in the 2nd inning. And the 35 will be a fly ball, center field. Rivers comes in, makes a catch. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We go to top of the 5th. This game's really moving along. Fred Stanley leading it off. Here's the pitch from Forster, and the 36 will be a ground ball. Dent up with it. Fires a strike to Spencer at first, 1 away. Mickey Rivers is next. He's 1 for 2. It's a 2-game set against the White Sox, and Rivers will fly out to Gar. 2 away. And here's Roy White. Roy White is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And a 35 will be, it's going to be a base hit for White. So 3 for 3 for Roy White. And on with 2 outs. Here's Thurman Munson. Pitch to Munson, 64. It's a ground ball to short. Dent flips to second baseman Brohammer, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ralph Garr leading off. Garr is 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. And here's a bouncer to Chambliss. He'll flip to the pitcher, Figueroa, covering for out number 1. That's 3-1 to keep the score. Jim Spencer's up next. He's 0 for 2, popped up and struck out. 21 will be a cracked one to left field, to the opposite field. Roy White in left center field. He calls off Rivers, 2 away. And here's Orta. Orta's 1 for 2. And it's a 116, which will be a fly ball center field. Rivers, 3 up and 3 down. Easy inning for Figueroa. 2-1, White Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the White Sox, and 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors for the Yankees. Chris Chambliss leading off with a 65. It's a pitcher home run. It's 1-7, but that's going to be a ground ball to third. Bell throws him out, 1 away. Greg Nettles is next. And that's a 34. And that's going to be bounced up the middle, and that's through for base hit. So Nettles with a 1-out single. It's on at first. Juan Bernhardt. Pitch 23. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 2 for Terry Forster. Fran Healy. Oh. And that's going to be a 51. That's going to be an error check. It's going to be too high with that 19. Let's see who it's to. It's the third baseman. Bell is a 4, so that's way too high. It'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice, and that'll be the end of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. There you go, the bottom of the 6th inning for Figueroa against Pat Kelly leading off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk of 36. That'll be a tapper right back to the mound. Figueroa up with it. Throws a strike to Chambliss for the first out. Kevin Bell, 0 for 2. Flat out and struck out. And it's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark, and he is a righty. That's going to be deep. And that ball is in the seats. Home run for Kevin Bell. And that will be Kevin Bell's 2nd home run of the season. Solo shot. Ballpark shot. Here's Wayne Nordhagen now. That's a 44. That is a line out to center field. 2 away. So hits it on the screws, but right at Rivers, who was positioned perfectly. And here's Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent's 2 for 2, and a 43 will be an out. Here it's a fly ball. Again, Rivers. 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by Kevin Bell. We move to the top of the 7th. 3-1, White Sox. Sandy Alomar leading it off. It's a 31, and that'll be check swing, a little blooper, and that drops in for a base hit for Alomar. It's a single. He's 1 for 2 now. He walked in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 4th, so he's 1 for 2. Here's Fred Stanley. Stanley with a 44. That's a base hit. And runner will move to third. So 1st and 3rd for the Yankees here. With nobody out. They're trailing 3-1, so they got something going here. And that's going to be it for Forster. We're going to let him face Rivers, but if he allows another base runner, he is out. Here's a pitch and a 66. That's going to be a drive over the center fielder's head, and Alomar scores Fred Stanley's going to score, and digging for 3 is going to be Rivers, and he is safe with a two-run triple here in the top of the 7th, ties the game. And that's it for Terry Forster. Roy White coming up, who's a switch hitter. Let's see here who we got. We got Hamilton. He's basically the closer. We got Jefferson. We have a terrible bullpen. We got Pete Vukovich I can bring in. All right, we're going to bring in Pete Vukovich. To pitch to White and then Munson. Let's see if I can find Vukovich quick. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's his batting card. I don't know why he batted. At some point he batted during the season. Looking for Vukovich's pitching card. All right, well, we're going to have to do it the hard way. Got it. Gonna roll to see what kind of stuff he has. Let's see. And he will have his A stuff. Vukovich with his A stuff. This helps me read it better. He will be facing Roy White. Nobody out. So infield will be in here. And that's going to be a 34. It's a base hit. And Rivers will score. Yankees have taken a 4-3 lead with 3 runs here in the top of the 7th. Thurman Munson's next. And that's a 64, which will be an out of 15. He is a righty 15. Oh, a strong arm second baseman. Brohammer could turn a double play, and he will. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. 2 out. So Taylor made double play, rip to second baseman Brohammer, whips it to Dent to Spencer. That's 2 away. Nobody on for Chris Chambliss. That's going to be a 54. We're going to have to do a 54 check. It's going to be, gotta look at the catcher. Essien is a B, and it says for a B it's going to be, all right, ball 4 if the catcher range rating is a B. So that's going to be ball 4. And Chambliss walks. He's on at first with 2 out. Nobody on, 1 out. And here's Greg Nettles. And that's going to be a 35. With a 3 will be a ground ball to first. And that'll end the inning. The Yanks pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and a walk. They lead it 4-3. And it's Jack Brohammer against Ed Figueroa. Bottom of the 7th. It's going to be a 65. It's a pitcher home run, 1-5, but that's going to be lined and caught by the right fielder, Bernhardt. So L9. Next is Essien. Essien with a 34, and that'll be fly ball to right. Towards the line is Bernhardt, 2 away. And Ralph Garr leading off. He's 0 for 3 today. A couple of flyouts with a ground out, and he is going to line out here. He's a lefty. He lines out to the first baseman to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. L3 for Garr. Rips it, and Chambliss is right there. Bernhardt leading off against Vukovich. And it's going to be a 45. That'll be a bouncer to Nettles at third. And he fires it to first for out number 1. I'm sorry, that was Kevin Bell. Yeah, that's a 13. That'll be popped up. First base, Spencer makes the catch. 2-away. And here's Sandy Alomar. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th inning. Yankees lead at 4-3. They came back with 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. 2-run triple by Rivers and Vukovic. It's going to be a range check. Somebody should get that, third baseman. Bell does get that barely. Dives forward, gets up, and throws a strike to Spencer. 3 up and 3 down. Spencer up now. And that'll be a drive down the line. That's a fair ball into the corner. Digging for second is Spencer, and he gets there easily standing. So a leadoff double by Spencer. Some action in the Yankee bullpen. And we're going to see if we're going to get Orta, allow Figueroa to face Orta. He isn't a pitcher. That'll be at 45. Fly ball left field. White comes over. 1 out. Next is Kelly, a lefty. Here's a pitch, and that's a 51. That's going to be an error check on the shortstop. He'll get there. We'll hold a runner. 6-3. So Stanley looks Spencer back to second. 2 away. And here's Kevin Bell. Pitch from Figueroa. That's a 63. And Figueroa, that's a bouncer to the shortstop, Stanley. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. So after a leadoff double, Figueroa pitches himself out of that scenario, that leadoff double by Spencer. And we go to top of the 9th. Again, Vukovic is still in there. Stanley leading off with a 45, and that'll be grounded to short. Bucky Dent charges it, bare hands it, fires. Scooped out by Spencer. 1 down. Here's Mickey Rivers, who is 2 for 4. And he's going to fly out to center field here. 2 for 5 on the day for Mickey Rivers. And 2 out. Roy White, Pete Vukovic, the pitch. And that's a 63, which will be a ground ball to short. 3 up and 3 down. All right, last licks. We got Lyle and Tidrow up in the bullpen. We're going to try to see if Figueroa can get through this game. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. He still has a few more. Nordhagen with a 41, and that'll be a walk. And that, I believe, is going to be all for Figueroa. Figueroa's still in. Hey, you know what? Going to keep him in there. So Nordhagen walks, and he is a good runner. Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent's going to bunt. He is a good bunter, and he squares, and it's a good bunt. It's going to go to the pitcher. 1-4. Tying run is in scoring position now. And here's Jack Brohammer, the lefty. And it looks like the Yanks are going to call on Sparky Lyle. Oh, Lyle is tired. We can call in Grant Jackson. Let's see what Jackson is going to be. Jackson will be a B. All right, so let's grab his card. Yanks came up with 3 runs in the top of the 7th, took a 4-3 lead. Grant Jackson's getting the call. Lyle is tired. There he is. Grant Jackson comes in. He is a B pitcher. B stuff. He will be facing a lefty, but it looks like they're going to go and pinch hit for Brohammer. They're going to bring in L. Johnson. Let me see who that is. Lamar. I think it's Lamar Johnson. Has a better 77 than he does 76, I believe. Oh, there he is. So Lamar Johnson's going to get the call. And here's Grant Jackson with the pitch. Tying run is at second base. And that's going to be a 63, which will be a fly ball left field. Backing up, Roy White for out number 2. And Essien is 0 for 3, so we'll pull him for another pinch hitter. We'll bring in Stein, Bill Stein. Two outs. Tying run at second base. Grant Jackson facing a righty. We're looking for Stein's card. Oh, there he is. There's Bill Stein's card. Who's the last batter who I brought a pinch hitter? It was righty Lamar Johnson. All right, let me just check the box score real quick, make sure I got the right pinch hitters in there. Yep. All right. So the White Sox down to their last out here with the tying run at second base. It's Grant Jackson. He looks at Healy for the sign. He sets and he deals, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 54, which is a 54 chart check. Wow, it could be a potential wild pitch at 13. It will be a wild pitch. This is going to send Nordhagen the tying run to third. Yikes. All right, so Jackson spikes a fastball, gets by Healy, and digging for third is Nordhagen, gets there without a throw. So the tying run is at third base in a 4-3 game here. The Yankees up in Chicago. And Grant Jackson's facing Bill Stein. Here's the pitch, and that's lined and caught by the second baseman, and the ball game is over. It's ripped to Alomar. He snags it, and the game is over. Grant Jackson picks up the save. Yankees win it by a score of 4-3. Big comeback for the Yanks. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the White Sox, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The win is going to go to Figueroa. He's going to be 9-7. The save is going to go to Jackson. That's his third save. Loss goes to Forster, who's 4-6. Pete Vukovich pitched extremely well. Gave up only a hit and a walk in 3 innings. And that's about it. I guess the start for the Yankees is Mickey Rivers with that 2-run triple on the top of the 7th, which gave the Yanks the lead. No, actually, it was a single by White driving in Rivers who gave the Yanks the lead, but 2 big runs tying the game were due to that triple by Rivers in the top of the 7th off of Terry Forster. And that's about it. Let me take a quick peek at the box score. The Yankees improve their record to 65-22, while the White Sox go to 45-22. And let me just check the box score real quickly. Oh, White had 4 hits, 4 for 5. Chambliss had a hit, 1 for 3. Nettles 1 for 4. Healy 1 for 4. Alomar 1 for 3. Stanley 1 for 4. And pretty much it for this game. This game was played Monday, the 19th of July, 76. Where were you? Bicentennial year. All right. So thanks for watching. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group, and also to like and subscribe my page, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's late. Insomniac Baseball, 12:43 a.m. I will see you guys soon. See